Hi there, and welcome to Limitless, the space where your big dreams meet grounded energy and mastering manifestation becomes your new normal. I'm Alyssa Simpson, mindset and manifestation coach, your unorthodox free spirit, and now your newfound permission slip to do life your way. Here, we break the rules by ditching societal norms of the hustle and grind. We embrace flow, alignment, and the bold decision to follow what lights you the fuck up. In each episode, I'll be sharing soul downloads, mindset shifts, energetic upgrades, and raw, authentic stories to help you unlock your magnetism, collapse timelines, and create a life that feels as good as it looks. So if you're ready to remember who you are, trust your desires, embody your highest self, and manifest from your authentic power, it's time to sit back, relax, and get ready to become limitless. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Limitless. It's your girl, Alyssa Simpson. Hi, but you already knew that. Okay, I have a little bit of cabin fever because deep here in the heart of Texas, we have been dealing with the aftermath of snowstorm Fern. What a name, by the way. All the ferns out there listening. This one's to you, Queen. And my husband has been off of work for like the majority of the week. So we've just been doing like really fun, cutesy stuff. But I thrive on getting out of the house, but I also love being home. So it's a really weird mind fuck, if you will. Um, so I've just been chilling like all week. And it came to my awareness how much I really kind of hold myself to this like standard of every day I have to be doing something to move my needle, right? And it's so much of like the action piece. And our human brains love the action piece. And it's why that is a big part of the manifestation formula, which, if you're unaware, it is be, do, and then have. And so oftentimes, myself included, we will focus so much on the doing part of that equation that we forget about the being part. And there's a reason that the being part is first in that equation, because when you can embody the version of you who has everything that you desire, you have their characteristics, you have their mannerisms, you have their wherewithal, their thinking, their confidence, all of these things. The doing part is very easy. So up until this point, I have done all of the things that my highest self would do in order to move my needle, right? Like I literally like my to-do list is I don't want to say non-existent because there's always something to do, but it isn't like very hardcore, right? Like, and I feel like the past month we are nearing towards the end of January right now. And I was, go, 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 because I had all of these like intuitive downloads and things to bring to fruition and like things I wanted to talk about here on the podcast. And there was a lot of things moving for me behind the scenes. I got my first TV segment. Like I'm emailing so many people about speaking events and replying back to people who want me at their retreats. And like there's a lot of things going on. And this week has been quiet. And so instead of you would think, oh, you don't have anything on your to-do list. Like, enjoy the rest that you are being given as a gift in the form of, hey, it's like we here in Texas, if you are not from here, we can't operate when we have big snowstorms like this because number one, we don't have the infrastructure to do so. And I live out in the country, so we are even more so removed from like the larger cities. So there we don't have snow plows and we don't have pipes that can withhold freezing temperatures, and our power grid it was much more fragile than the majority of people who live up north and experience actual winters, right? So this wasn't something to where, oh, it's going to snow for a day and then ice or sleet or whatever, and then we can get back to normal business as usual. The entire part of North Texas where I'm at has been shut down since Friday of last week, and it is now Thursday, and there are even still businesses and schools that are closed today almost a week later. Even though the sun is out, it's above freezing right now, but like our roads just aren't capable to be operated on, right? um so I've been given the gift of just like going within, resting, hanging out, enjoying the free time, right? But my brain was still like, we are not doing anything productive if we are just sitting here. Like we've got to do something. And it was a very mental gymnastics game that I was playing with myself all week because I was like, if I had a client come to me and saying this, I would tell my client to sit your ass down and enjoy this season. And even if this season is just a day, a week, 6 hours, whatever, right? Enjoy it. Because here's the thing, we don't always have to be doing. We don't always have to have a to-do list that is 10 miles long. We don't always have to add to it. But when we feel like we need to, there's an underlying thing within us that says we aren't worthy unless we're being productive, that we don't deserve rest unless like giant thing has come to us, right? And so I was really doing a lot of self-reflecting and asking myself like what is so unsettled in me that isn't allowing me just to simply be. And for me, the season that I'm in, like I don't have like a lot of help with childcare, right? So like my little pockets that I have help, I use them intentionally. And so when I don't have like a pocket of time, it feels like, oh my God, I'm getting so far behind. But here's the thing about yo girl. I am very ambitious. I am very like, if I have something on my list, it's not on there very long. Like I just don't operate any other way. And it's not because that's like a trauma response is what it's really popular in the scene to call it a trauma response, but really it's just my nature. I am very much so like, let's go after it. Let's go get it. Let's go make this shit happen. What are we waiting for? And becoming a mom has really asked me to slow down and take it back a step and just soak up the time. And even now, I was looking at pictures on my phone of my son when he was a baby. He's going to be a year old in less than fucking 6 weeks. What the hell? And I was looking at baby pictures of him, and there are so many pictures of him as a baby with my laptop out. And that makes me so sick to my stomach. Like, why the fuck was on my computer? And why did I take a picture of it? Like to show, look at me, mom and hard, girl boss, baby ass hard. Like that's so gross. That's so gross. Like I don't want, and you're probably sitting here thinking like, he's not gonna remember, but he is. Like I am building his nervous system right now. I am building his subconscious mind. And I don't know, like I don't want him to feel and think that I'm not good enough for my mom to have, like, her total presence on me. She has to have her computer out, she's on her phone, or she's sending voice notes to her clients, or she's creating content, or she's, I'm in my playpen playing while she's recording a podcast for her work, and, like, that's just not the season I wanna be in, and so when I'm sitting here thinking, like, "Okay, my husband's home, I could easily go and record a podcast, I could easily go and knock out some emails, I could easily go and check," like, "What? Shut up, Alyssa." Shut up and sit down and relax. Relax. And the thing about us humans is we always like to brace for impact, right? We always like to make sure that we know that we can't get duped. We saw that coming. It's why we are so obsessed with watching things that are horrendous, right? Like we want to know about cults. We want to know about crazy murders or kidnappings because it's like in somewhere in our mind, we're telling ourselves like we are taking notes and checking data points so this never happens to us. We are always trying to think 20 steps ahead when the reality is you can't even predict the next 5 fucking minutes. You cannot predict the next 5 fucking years. Sure, sure. This is coming from someone who is a Virgo. I love organization. I am a 2/4 human design profile. Like I really love structure. So for me, I really do thrive when I at least kind of have an awareness, right? Of like what can I expect? But I also have worked very hard on becoming okay with ambiguity, with becoming okay with the unknown, with letting myself lean into the fact that I am always supported, I am always taken care of, I am always provided for, and everything that I've ever fucking wanted in my life, I have brought to fruition. So what's to say that I can't bring it to fruition even more? And as I'm sitting here having this conversation with myself, this weird fear from my inner critic Anita came out and told me that I've used up all of my cards for being provided for and taken care of. This bitch had the nerve to tell me that. And I let her steer my ship for like 10 minutes. And I started to spiral to myself and I was like, "Oh my god, like holy shit, like you're right, Anita. The universe has already given me enough and the universe simply cannot provide more for me." What a crock of shit lie that is. The universe is infinite. There is no stopping point. There is no fucking budget when it comes to being able to provide and take care of. And if you're listening to this and you're like, well, God, I haven't been taken care of and blah, 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 blah. What is your relationship that you were playing within the universe? Because there is a relationship here. That's why it's called co-creation. It is the two of you. It is not one or the other. And if you are in a relationship with someone and you are constantly telling them that they are not good enough, they are not able to provide for you, they've never shown up for you, they've never taken care of you, why the fuck would they want to even do anything for you? Because the universe does operate on free will, so if you are sitting here running your fucking mouth, talking a whole bunch of shit, why would the universe come and pick you up and save you and prove to you that the universe can provide and take care of you? Mic drop. I'm not going to drop my mic because that's annoying, but visually picture me dropping a fucking mic. And so I was having all of this wherewithal within myself and I realized again how we all like to brace for impact. We like to have these plans, right? And there's this whole like give yourself a 30, 60, 90-day plan. What is your 10-year goal? What do you want to accomplish by the time you're 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, whatever? Why do you have to plan that far ahead? Why do you even have to plan for the rest of your day? And this is where intention setting comes into play because if you just set an intention for the day, like my intention is to feel rested, my intention is to laugh, my intention is to have fun, my intention is to empower someone, that should be enough, right? And the reason we aren't just okay with fucking settling and being within and being ourselves is because of the way that we have created society. What the fuck? If we even think about like our desires, and I'm specifically peeping, I'm specifically speaking to people who do business online and do business at this kind of scale. Um, we think that we aren't shit unless we have a wild amount of number of people interacting, listening, following, engaging, all the things. And that is such a crock of shit because if we go back to our DNA, our ancestral DNA, we only knew like maybe 30 or 40 people. I didn't even know everyone in my high school, and I had I think my graduating class was like 900 something. I don't know, I could be wrong. But it was somewhere up there. I didn't even know all 900 people. Like, of course I knew their face, but like I didn't know them. And I saw these people every fucking day for 4 years. You know what I mean? And I didn't desire to know all of these people. And I also didn't desire to be known by all of these people. But for some reason, what the internet and what the online space has done is it has made us like are obsessed with our visibility or we are scared of our visibility. And the truth of the matter is our tribes, we just knew our tribes and that was it. And we were okay with that. Like this whole idea of like going viral and having all these followers and all these subscribers and all of these listeners and like all this shit is wild because if you take it into context of like owning a brick and mortar and you had that many people inside of your store, you would feel overwhelmed as fuck, dude. Like everyone coming or everyone, thinking of like something that goes viral, right? Like that's another weird goal that we all have. I want to go viral for fucking what? That's so weird. That is so weird to me. It's so weird. Um but I would be lying if I said that I also never had that desire because I did. I've been like, "Oh my god, I'm not getting enough views." Blah, blah, blah. What bullshit. That does not equate success in any way. But anyways, like we aren't meant to be that seen, right? Like we aren't meant to have that many people judging us, looking at us, commenting on our lives, declaring their hatred or their love for us. Like if I think about all the people, I have over 3,000 downloads on my podcast. If 3,000 people came to my door and told me that they listened to my podcast, I'd be overwhelmed. I'd be like, "Oh my god, thank you, but holy shit, like this is a lot, you know?" But there was a time in my life where I was like, 3,000? That's nothing. That's a lot, dude. That's 3,000 souls. That's 3,000 brains. That's 3,000 hearts. That's 3,000 bodies listening to what the fuck I have to say. You know? Crazy, wild, amazing, awesome. Love it. Okay. When you feel like you are not moving your needle, go back to the present moment. Go back to the present moment and stop looking at, well, I should have done this much by this time. Because that's also a thought that I had in my brain because I, 3 and a half, almost 4 years ago now, I secured a really incredible financial abundance thing to where I was getting $7,000 guaranteed a month for the next 3 years, and that is coming to a close, and I told myself, like, within those 3 years, what I wanted to have happen for me, and shocker, those things that I had lined out for myself haven't happened. And so I was sitting here thinking too, like, God, like again, the whole like, I should be doing something and why the fuck am I not doing something? And then I was, my inner critic Anita was like, well, you also said that you were going to do all these things before your 3 year time that you gave yourself and you haven't. And what the fuck are you doing? And I had to stop and really realize that what I had like my own little contract with myself of what I would accomplish in 3 years, I've surpassed it in so many different ways because the Alyssa 3 years ago is not the Alyssa that you see before you today. I am so much more self-secure, self-aware, unapologetic, grounded. I feel more safe, like, and I have so much more confidence in myself that I'm able to bring whatever the fuck I desire to my fruition because I am that bitch. I have that dog in me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, oh, oh. I've also been doing that a lot lately. I think it's my new thing. Josh and I'll be sitting on the couch watching TV and something will happen. I'm like, "Oh, they got that dog in them," and I'll start pounding my chest. It's hilarious. I'm a really funny girl, but I do. I got that dog in me. You know what I'm saying? Like I am that bitch, and so like I have evolved so much more than I thought that I would in 3 years. And the things that I like told myself that I was gonna make happen in 3 years time that didn't happen, so much more has. And instead of sitting here and going back over my head of what I coulda, shoulda, woulda done, I am showering myself and my current season with so much gratitude because there are people in my life that I know who haven't grown at all. And that to me, that is what is sad. You could have all the money, all the love, all the shit in your life, but if you don't grow and evolve as a person in this lifetime, you are literally rotting because what doesn't grow rots. Period. And your growth cannot be measured by material things. It cannot be measured by the car you drive, the home you're in, the your bank account, the jewelry you wear, the makeup, like what all the things like that cannot equate to your growth. It's an invisible asset that you have and only you can really tell if you've grown or not. And guess what happens with growth? A lot of uncomfortable shit. That's why it's called growing pains. It's not growing cozy. Like it's uncomfortable as shit, but it's exactly why people never grow because of the uncomfortable, because people would rather stick with the devil they know than the devil they don't know. They would rather stay in the same shit circumstance until the cows come home than realize that maybe just stepping out of your comfort zone just a little and putting yourself out there and really betting the house on yourself and seeing what the fuck happens. We are resilient as humans and we can make things happen in an instance if we decide to. If we stop outsourcing our power and outsourcing our just own confidence, our intuition, like if we stop outsourcing that shit, you become unstoppable. And the past 3 years have shown me that I've become unstoppable. But I'm going to go back to my original point that I made when I started this conversation is I was having a really hard time resting and relaxing. And yes, I am very intuitive and yes, I am very self-aware, but your girl realized that I have a hard time just simply existing. And it's funny, not funny, haha, but funny like what's the word? When they I don't know. Coincidental, it's funny coincidental, which there are no such thing as coincidences. Everything is all pre-planned by Zaddy Universe because the universe is too goddamn smart to have coincidences happen. Let's be so for real right now. But I was like, it's so interesting that I'm realizing this about myself in the middle of Restfully Rich, my new container where I'm teaching women how to become rich as fuck restfully. Right? And I talked to you guys about how, like, the reason why I'm qualified to teach women how to become restfully rich, but I had a sneaky little moment this past week where I was like, "Damn, I really do tie a lot of my worthiness to, like, what I'm able to get done." Like, I noticed that I feel really good about myself at the end of the day if I put something out there, right? Like, if I record a podcast, if I record a blog, if I write some emails, when it's like, that's not the vibe at all. That's not the vibe at all because I am worthy as shit sitting on my couch blowing raspberries on my stomach, on my son's stomach. I am worthy as shit sitting outside in the freezing cold, bundled up with a hot cup of coffee. Like all of these things, like I am worthy because I exist, because I'm here right now. And even if I didn't do another fucking thing in my life, even if I burned my entire shit down, I would still be worthy. And the same goes for you too. Whatever you tie your self-worth to is bullshit. It's a facade, it's a limiting belief, and you've got to let it go. You are worthy just as you are. Just as you are, my dude. And understand that. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I will never claim to be fully evolved, fully grown, fully self-aware. Like I get better every day. And this week I'm reflecting and I'm going, I'm thankful for this week because I was shed light on something about myself that I truly can change and pivot that I'm not too thrilled about. I'm allowed to really put my money where my mouth is and feel worthy by not doing anything, by simply just existing. Because the things that we do every day are grandiose. They are important. They do fucking matter. Even if it's you just spending time with the people that you love. Even if it's just if you call a friend and check in on them for 30 minutes. Even if it's just you walking to your mailbox and waving at the neighbors that drive down your street. Like we are worthy, but society and specifically the online space makes us feel worthy by checking off boxes on a fucking list, whether it's the followers you have, the amount of content you put out, how viral your shit goes. Let me tell you one fucking thing. Ferrari, they don't do online. And they are a well-endowed, successful business. You think they're tying their fucking worthiness to analytics? No, absolutely not. Do you think Prada is tying their worthiness to analytics? No. Do you think the United States debt tracker website is looking at its analytics? No. It just keeps creating more money and spending more money and using more money because money is infinite. Money is boundless. You can literally tap into it at any given time. You just have to believe that you are deserving and worthy of it. And here's the thing too, whenever it comes to planning stuff, we like to plan for the future so much so that we are like hell bent on my goal is $600,000 for the year and it's November and I've only received $50,000. What the fuck? What the fuck? It must be done. It's over. Whenever you abandon that desire of yours, there it goes. You don't receive it after you abandon it because the universe is like, "Oh, I guess they weren't that serious. All right. Let me know when you are. Let me know when you are and I'll bring it back." That's how it works. So when you are at the fucking threshold of giving up and throwing in the towel and saying, "Well, it wasn't meant for me. I'm not worthy enough. I'm not deserving enough." That is when you need to truly go within, go back to becoming the version of you who has and holds those things and trust the fucking process. Okay? Restfully Rich applications are still open. I still have some spots available for you to get inside and learn how to become restfully rich. And I'll see you next week. Bye. I'm so grateful that you tuned in today. If this episode activated something in you, share it with a bestie who's also ready to become limitless. And don't forget to leave a review to help more people find this space. Wanting more? Get on my email list and subscribe to my YouTube channel for exclusive downloads, mindset shifts, and behind-the-scenes magic that I only share there. The link is in the show notes. Until next time, keep trusting the pull, honoring your energy, and manifesting your most abundant life.